friends, I'm Amy and this is A-Star Reads, and I'm really excited to announce that I'm going to be co-hosting the next round of Seasonathon 2024 Spring-Into-Reading-Athon. Let's talk about it. This is a readathon that was created by Melanie from Completely Melanie, who is a wonderful booktuber that I've been following for quite a while, and she asked me to participate as a co-host last fall, and that was such a great time. I had a good time, except that I got sick right at the end, and that was a bit of a bummer because I wasn't able to join in with the author discussion or the after-hours show, but I had a good time overall being able to participate in that particular readathon. And I have been participating in this readathon for quite a while. I try to participate in all of them. Doesn't always work out that way, but I do participate as often as I can. And this is a seasonal readathon where we have different themes for each season. So in the fall, it was academia, and we did like an academic setting sort of thing. And in spring, we do a bingo board. It is a wonderful springy bingo board. It's beautiful, and I will show you that as well as the prompts in a little bit. I was really excited to find out that one of my co-hosts is Stephanie from Stephanie's Book First. I love her channel. I think she does a great job with her TBR game. And if you aren't following her channel as well as Melanie's, I will link their channels down below. Please go join their channels. They're such wonderful booktubers, and I'm very excited to be co-hosting this with them. The readathon will cover the full month of March, starting from March 1st and going all the way through March 31st. We'll be using this spring-themed bingo board, which is the same as last year as far as the board and the layout and the themes, like each prompt theme. However, we have changed some of the prompts up so that there's a bit of variety. There are some differences in the prompts that we used. You only need one bingo to complete this board, and you are able to double up, triple up in order to complete that bingo. I do recommend trying to get as many bingos as you possibly can, but of course you need to make this work for your schedule, so one bingo is all you need to get. And now it's time for the part that I think is super exciting, and that is finding out who our guest author is. Every season, Melanie has a different guest author that she features, and we have a group book that we read from that author, and then we have a live show discussion with that author where we can ask them all kinds of questions about that book or other books that they may have written. And I just think this is such an amazing part of this particular readathon because it's not necessarily something that you get to do with all the other readathons we participate in. So our group book for Spring-Into-Reading-Athon is Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa. We are going to be able to read this YA fantasy Japanese mythology inspired series in the month of March and have a discussion with Julie Kagawa afterwards. I've heard really good things about this series. In fact, some of you have recommended this series to me, and so I'm very excited about trying it out. I've been having really good luck with mythology-inspired fantasy lately, and so I'm excited about this one because it's focused in Japanese culture. So our main character, Yumeko, and I'm probably pronouncing everything in this incorrectly, but our main character, Yumeko, is half fox and half human. She's been spending a good portion of her life trying to hide this aspect of herself. I don't know if she's not allowed to be or people are afraid of that, I'm not sure. But at one point, disaster strikes and her adoptive family is killed. They all die, let's put it that way. And she has one thing with her, and that is part of the Scroll of 1,000 Prayers. And what makes this scroll unique is that anybody who possesses the scroll, I think in entirety, she is part of it, but I think if they have the scroll in entirety, they are granted one wish from the Kami dragon. It's some dragon spelled K-A-M-I. And this wish has the power to change everything. That's the basic premise, and I really hope that you want to come read it with us. And then we're gonna have a live show discussion with Julie on Melanie's channel on March 30th. So this will be Saturday, March 30th, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, my time, or noon Eastern Standard Time. And so you'll want to come, bring all your questions about this book so that we can ask Julie all the questions and have a great discussion with her. Then later on, the same day, March 30th, we're going to have an after-hours live show on Melanie's channel as well. That'll be at noon Pacific Standard Time, or 3 if you're on Eastern. And during the after-hours live show, we're just going to recap. How did the month go with Spring-Into-Reading-Athon? Who got the most bingos? Will we get some statistics? Probably. And so of course, it'll be a really good time. We'll probably get some drinks, get some food, just have a good time chatting with each other. We don't yet have a schedule for reading sprints. However, you should join the Discord channel. There is a Discord channel for Seasonathon. I'm going to link it in the description box down below. And on there, hopefully we'll be updating. We should be updating when we're going to have reading sprints. I'd like to have reading sprints at some point. I'm sure Stephanie and Melanie will probably want to have reading sprints as well. And all that information, as well as any of the graphics or anything else you want to know about this readathon, will be on the Discord channel. And if you have any questions, let us know in the comment section down below, or check out our Discord. Oftentimes questions are answered over there. I highly recommend joining us there so we can chat about the books that we're reading within the month of March. It's just a fun place that we can have a little bit of community and spend some time together while we're actually reading our books for March. Now, without further ado, let's go over our bingo board. Let's talk about these prompts and see what we're going to be reading within the month of March. The first book, Spring Cleaning, is to read a book that has been collecting dust on your TBR. So this can be a book that has literally been collecting dust. I do have some of those on my shelves. Yep, definitely have those. Or a book that's on one of your Goodreads or Storygraph, somewhere that you keep books that you want to read, that you've had great intentions to read for a long time, but haven't actually been able to read. Let's get to some of those books that have been there for a while. Prompt number 2, new beginnings. The spring is a time for new beginnings, especially when it comes to flowers and plants and trees. And so we're going to have our own new beginning by starting a new series. So read the first book in a series. Prompt number 3, a really fun prompt, and that is wet t-shirt contest. And this is obviously to read a smutty book. Prompt number 4, what do you do on a road trip? You listen to an audiobook, so you need to listen to an audiobook. Prompt number 5, let it shine. So thinking about the sun coming out, the prompt for this is to read a cozy book or a book that will make you happy. Because, you know, once that sun starts coming out, you start getting more vitamin D, you start feeling a little bit better, and it's warm and cozy and it feels good. So I want you to read a book that will lighten your mood. Prompt number 6, stormy weather. Read a book that intimidates you. Despite all the sun, we still do get those stormy days here in the spring. Prompt number 7, spring fashion. Read a book with a beautiful cover. Prompt number 8 is to rewind. So read a book from a past Seasonathon, like group book, or a past Seasonathon author. So you might want to read a book from TJ Klune, who was a past Seasonathon author. Or when I was last co-hosting Seasonathon, we read the book Thief of Sorrows by Kristen Long. You could pick up that book. Prompt number 9, April showers. This is to read a book that you think will make you cry because, you know, in April, we still get that rain sometimes, and it might make us sad because we want more sun. Prompt number 10, Luck of the Irish. We've got St. Patrick's Day in March, and so we are going to be celebrating that by reading a book that has green on the cover. Prompt number 11 is self-care, and I think this is something we need all year round. However, life is starting to get busy in spring, and we're picking things up coming out of hibernation, and I think it's a really good time to stop and remember to take a day for ourselves. So for self-care, make sure you take a day and focus on yourself. Read something you want to read. Get some food that you want to eat. Do some yoga. Do something that will make you feel refreshed and good about yourself. Prompt number 12, prom is coming up. So we've got Prom Queen, and this is to read a popular book. Prompt number 13 is our group book, so you'll read Shadow the Fox by Julie Kagawa, and that will fulfill this prompt. Prompt 14, let's spring forward and get some of those series read. Read the next book in a series. So this isn't the first book in a series, this is a series continuation, and I know most of us need to do this. Prompt 15, love is in the air. So this is simply to read a romance or a book that has a friendship at the center of it. Prompt 16, I really liked this prompt from last time, and we're continuing on with this one, Over the Rainbow. That's to read a classic or a retelling. Prompt 17 is spring break. This is a wonderful time of the year when we get to go have a great time in a tropical setting. So this is to read a book with a beach setting. Prompt number 18, refresh your TBR. So in this instance, you're going to pick up a book that you weren't planning on reading. You're going to give yourself something new to read. Get yourself a new book. This could be treating your shelf by buying a new book. This could be just getting a new book from the library. Maybe you want to go in and just randomly choose a book off the library shelves. That's always fun to do. Borrow a book from a friend, something that they've been talking about that you're interested in reading, or download a new ebook or audiobook, something that is different than what you were already planning on reading or what you already were reading. So this is sort of mood read-ish, isn't it? Prompt 19 is friendship bracelets, and this is to have a friend pick a book for you. So this takes a bit of the choice out of your hands, but it's always fun to hear what your friends love and what they want you to read. Prompt 20 is Women's March, and this is to read a book that has a strong female protagonist, which, hint, hint, our group book will probably work for this one. Prompt 21 is Flower Power, and this is to read a book that has flowers on the cover. Prompt 22 is Read Like an Aries, and this is to read a book under 250 pages. I'm not an Aries, so I'm not necessarily sure. I'm sure Melanie will explain that one. It must have something to do with being too busy to read a longer book, or maybe not having the attention span to read a longer book. I'm not sure, but this is to read a book under 250 pages. Prompt number 23 is Tiptoe Through the Tulips, and if you don't know this song, I recommend looking it up and listening to it. It is wild. I have known this song for a very long time, and even when I was young, I still remember thinking this was such a strange song, but fun. It's fun and very nostalgic. And for this, you need to read a book that has a title that matches a song title or song lyrics. So this is a fun one. We've changed up a bit. I think it's really cool. And of course it works for tiptoe through the tulips, through the doo-doo, ba-da-da-da-da. Yeah, go look it up. Go look it up. Prompt 24 is Spring Court, and this is to read a book with royalty in it, some form of royalty. My goal is to read the Bridgerton books before the next season of Bridgerton comes out. So if you're hoping, like me, to get caught up on that series before the next season comes out, I'm very excited about the next season, go pick that one up, or pick up any other book that has some form of royalty in it. And finally, our last prompt, one that I have enjoyed the last couple of years, Teeny Umbrellas. And this is a non-bookish prompt. This is to drink your favorite iced beverage. And of course, you could add a little twist onto it and drink your favorite iced beverage that is book inspired. That would be pretty cool. That's not the prompt. That's just my added little twist. So it's to drink your favorite iced beverage. I'm really excited about this. I hope you're planning on joining us for Spring-Into-Reading-Athon. Let me know in the comment section down below if you plan on joining us, and don't forget to join the Discord. Also, let me know in the comment section down below which of these prompts do you think are super fun that you plan on doing, and what books do you want to read for them. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you can see what happens in the month of March when we spring into reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.